Alright, we are back once again with Base Investigations. I'm enjoying the case so far. It's been an interesting case to say the least. We have two kidnappers in badger costumes. One of them killed one of the other guys, and now we are finding a missing badger wherever they are. And Meekins is currently still the accused at the moment because we have not been able to find a way to get him declared innocent just yet. Because so far we've established the original scene of the crime was the stage. Ran to Emma and Oldbag, learned some stuff from them, and now we got kicked back to the main gate again by Lang. He was not amused with us, so I guess now we gotta figure out what to do. Go from there. I don't know how many. I think there's 3 parts left in the in the case I'm on. 1 middle and 2 end parts. Yeah. So let's go ahead and let's just get right into it. My goal is to finish the rest of case 3 today. I don't know if I will start case 4 today. Probably start tomorrow, most likely, but we'll see. March 13th, 2:34 p.m. Wild West area. The officer is still standing there. Well, looks like we got the boot again. With Lance safe, the focus of the investigation will shift slowly onto the murder. You mean the infighting between the kidnappers? Yes, and also the identity of the remaining kidnapper. Miles, my boy. There you go. Tell me it's true. Tell me that you really found my boy. Yes, Mr. Amano, we found him earlier in the stadium. And Lance is unhurt? He's not exactly the picture of perfect health, but his life is not in danger. He's being questioned right now by Agent Lang. Oh, poor Lance. It must have been so horrible for him. Locked up like a... I guess we'll talk to them. Actually, wait. No, I still can't go back to the main gate. Are you kidding me? The stuff I can do there. Officer, I demand you let me go back to the main gate right now. Sorry, player. We can't let you get these achievements just yet. You're gonna have to wait a bit more. Can I go the other way? Is that possible? Oh, never mind. This is where the main gate is. We finally made it. We're here. Let's start talking to let's start talking to this guy. No. Yeah. There we go. This man looks suspiciously like the precinct. Ah, yes, the building. The building has come to the park, it seems. Look at that lovely smile on the blue edge's face. Oh, let's look at me, making so scary. It's alright, dear. You want to know something? I was the one who created the blue badger. See, look at his eyes. Don't need to look just like Daddy's. You're scared because I do look like yours, Daddy. Well, that was rather depressing. I think I'd better leave the two of them alone. The blue badger's daddy. Achievement unlocked. And now we go over here. Hey, right over here. They said that couples who cross this bridge together will find happiness. Or so the Gay Waterland pamphlet says. But you think you think they already be happy because they were able to come together. Logistics aside, I wonder who came up with this tale and when. This bridge does look old enough to be the stuff of legends. Well, some things are better left uninvestigated, don't you think? Ignorance is bliss. You see, they actually have detailed faces now. I got Maya, Phoenix, and Pearl in the background, and Pearl's like seeing us. Hello, Pearl. Anyways, we got work to do. We gotta go back and question people. You two, I demand answers. Probably actually be able to give me answers, but first things first, badge! Oh, seeing that badge reminds me of Mad Fred. Now, he was one fine prosecutor, the best of the best. Yes, I can't disagree with you there, although he killed my father. So say you don't really want to talk about him. How I feel about him. It's hard for me to be truthful about that with another person. Your countenance, I don't know what you're thinking or feeling. But by my words, I think you are Manfred's true successor. I really do. That's nice, I suppose. Miles, my boy, I can't thank you enough. It was nothing. I'm still in shock over what's happened to Oliver. But I have to say, I'm relieved that Lance is right. Well, that's right. I mustn't forget to pass this on to Lance as soon as the police are finished with him. A letter. It might be evidence. Oh, the way that Lance is being chased after by women reminds me of someone I know. I almost can't believe he received yet another love letter, you know. Here, take a look for yourself. Isn't this a breach of confidentiality? It's a very simple love letter. Oh, hey, let me see him. Let me see. Oh, it's that what? Is that girl in case 3-3 recipe? Like the recipe for tournament, I believe it was, but the whole loan shark thing, that's interesting. It's from a loan company, Tender Lender. Looks more like a collection bill to me. Love letter data jotted down the organizer. I know who sent that. Okay, so then I guess we'll talk to Pops then. The badge! Do you know what this is? It's a prosecutor's badge. I'm not a bad person. I'm not out to seduce you. Come now, why don't you talk? No, you're showing that to me to lord me over me with how much authority you have. Well, now people, you should be ashamed and shame yourself, you evil man. How should I repent in order for this woman to talk to me? Sometimes I have to present something here, I guess, but hang on. He loves me. He loves me not. He loves me. He loves me not. Oh, that's the 12th one. No, you can't give up, Lauren. Just one more try. Excuse me, but I can't help but feel a bit sorry for all the flowers you've gone through. I suppose they were me. They're me then. I believe you said you were Lance's girlfriend when we first met, correct? Yes, I am, but no, that's all we both think each other's lovers. But he did give me this ring, so I guess we're not just friends either? I mean, because this is just any ordinary ring. It tastes so sweet when you lick it. Oh, it's so wonderful. You mean to tell me that he gave you a lollipop ring? So which is it? Have you guys not decided you're going out, or is it just one-sided? Decided? You shouldn't the parties involved naturally just know? My father used to work for Mr. Amano, and so Lance and I grew up together. I said it aloud. I don't see how that's any. I don't see how that's anything to be embarrassed about. So your father was an employee of the Amano group. What did he do? I heard his job was to fly around the world on Pegasus. Well, okay, that makes sense. There must be a Pegasus around here somewhere we can find. Maybe we can get an aerial view of the murder. Pegasus? Oh, Pegasus was the name of the airplane. The airplane belonged to the company. You had me there for a second. But now it's all changed. My father, he isn't around anymore. Oh, I see. I bet 10 years ago he rode in Pegasus off to somewhere and never returned. Riding Pegasus to whereabouts unknown. Sounds like the stuff legends are made of. It's been so long. I don't think I'd recognize him if we were to ever meet again. Well, that sure tells me a lot about what's going to happen in this case. I'm so sorry, Lauren, but I won't give in to the sadness. I have to live. Yes, Lauren, live. About the case. About the incident. But isn't the kidnapping already over and done? I've been here the whole time, so I'm afraid I don't know much about any other incident. How did you know that Lance had been kidnapped? Oh, that's because of my woman's intuition. You based everything on that. You know I'm never going to believe that, right? No, everything when it comes to my Lance. It's really strange. It really must be destiny. Ah, she started fantasizing again. So what are you going to do now, Mr. Edgeworth? We already established that there was a good chance that the killer is the other kidnapper. It's my duty to figure out who this other person is. I believe there's one location that might hold a clue or two. Probably the, well, no, Lance was in the same area as we were, so we could go back there. place where we were held as prisoners.
Hold it! Don't let me in with you! I can't allow you to slander my good name as a great thief as I was captured.
Must be able to escape from somewhere qualifies as you as a caged bird, Kay.
Besides, we checked that place out pretty well while we were there, remember? Don't you think it'd be even a better idea to check somewhere else?
Perhaps you're right. What I really need right now is leads to killer's identity. I believe there was one location that might hold a clue or two. Okay, probably the kidnapper's hideout, wherever that is. The obvious location is the kidnapper's hideout.
We're still not allowed in, remember?
Agent Lang and his men should be done with this area. In that case, there was no harm in asking that officer over there to let us in. Okay, let's find out. Will he let us in? What do you have to report?
Sir, nothing unusual, out of the ordinary, sir.
Hmm? Where have I heard such a redundancy before? Is it possible for you to let us take a look around inside?
Sir, roger, sir.
That was surprisingly hassle-free. Are you certain? Did Agent Lang order you not to allow me in?
Sir, that's true, sir, but Detective Gumshoe asked me present to let you in, sir. And I couldn't refuse a request from him. Wow, looks like Detective Gumshoe has a following. Furthermore, I was asked to give this document to you, sir.
What is this? The man in this picture. Isn't this Mr. Oliver Deacon? Interesting. Oh, so he's an escaped convict. That's interesting.
But the name here says Colin Deverett.
That's the same name as the one on the back of the pendant. It appears that Colin Deverett was his real name. What's this? He was convicted in a case 10 years ago and sent to prison. Yep, this man's absolutely Pops' father.
What was he doing here?
Apparently he broke out of jail and then just vanished. He must have become Oliver Deacon to cover up the fact that he was an escaped felon. I'm not sure what's going on anymore. Is there some sort of link between the victim's past and this current case? These police documents are rather detailed. I should take the time to give them a thorough read eventually. That's fine. Let's focus on one thing at a time, starting with the kidnapper's hideout.
Yeah, I agree. We should investigate first, think later.
More than thinking things through, I think you should try remembering things first. Now then, if you could please unlock the door, officer.
It was locked up till a little while ago, but since then the door's been wide open, sir.
I'm not sure I follow what you're saying. What is you're saying? Can you explain in a bit more detail?
So the door was locked down tight when they went to check out the room. So they got about 10 officers to help out break the door down, sir.
I see. I guess that means I get Agent Lang's leftovers. Well, let's see what we find. Got a shattered mirror, got the map, coffee, some other stuff it seems. So this is where the kidnappers planned their foul deed.
Well, you were tied up for a while in the room next door.
Okay, please, must you bring that up again? Now then, down to business. There might still be some clues left in this room. Just trying to find out what we can of the other kidnapper's identity. Begin investigation! Alright. Let's start with the obvious candidate. This is supposed to be where they dispose of old and worn-out costumes. That's so sad. It would seem that they throw the costumes away in pieces.
Watch out, Mr. Edgeworth!
It's a broken mirror. Probably came from the haunted house. Why is this here? Are they planning to repair it? Why would they repair a mirror for a haunted house? Aren't some of them supposed to be broken, anyways? What have we here? Oh, broken sword. It looks like a sword. A broken sword. Strange. Why would it be broken like that? Swords don't usually break on their own. That's true. Alright then, let's think about it in this way. Maybe it broke when someone was trying to use it for or on something. Hypotheticals aren't going to get us anywhere. Perhaps we should think more on this later. So yeah, let's keep looking around.
Hey, there's a trap door in this room too.
not a trap door. It's an entrance to an underground passage, Kay.
I know that.
The door leading to the outside world was locked, so Lance must have escaped his prison through here. Unused folding chairs leaned against the wall in the folded state.
Wow, I'll have a line these up, did it perfectly. They're not even a single hair off. I feel bad using these because it'd be like stealing the perfection away.
I suspect it's more like you wouldn't want to be the one to put them away. A sign advertising the photo rally, something I have absolutely no interest in.
Yeah, but I do, and I'm gonna get my hands on the rest of the Badger family. You'll see.
She definitely brings a decidedly different atmosphere to criminal investigation. Colton West has inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. Key. What would this key use to?
You got me.
Reminds me of the key we found in the other room.
That's it. This must be the key for one of those trap doors.
It wasn't a trap door. You only called it one because you quite literally jumped into it.
Hey, but isn't that what you're supposed to do when you see one?
I am not having this conversation with you. We have the new ladders and step ladders, doors and hatches and trap doors. Anyways. Oops, there's nothing unusual about this area. Cheap styrofoam cups.
Yeah, looks like only three cups were used.
Interesting. Folding chairs. By the looks of it, they were probably used by the kidnappers.
There are 3 chairs set around the table.
That's probably something that connects. Anything else around here? Map. A poster of Gaywater Land is stuck on this wall. Intrigue, fun, prestige, Gaywater Land has it all, and it's waiting for you. That's not especially catchy, is it?
No, not really.
I guess that's everything. But now, we could probably... Hang on. Beyond this door.
Is where the kidnappers held you after getting the jump on you.
Must you keep reminding me?
But it's the room where I got to see your awesome new face.
You didn't need to remind me of that mortifying moment either. Last thing I'm checking, then I'll do logic.
Oh, they have barrels like these just outside.
Yes, and?
Well, I know I already asked you when we were out there, but if these are real, what would you put in them?
There's an expectant gleam in her eyes that I'm about to dash.
Aw, I want an answer.
You are not getting an answer at all. Now let's connect some logic.
But I'm not good at logic. I don't have that power.
God damn it. There are things that come to when logic is considered a superpower. The common denominator between the cups and the folding chairs is the number 3. Speaking of which, the number of missing costumes is also 3.
Wait, but I thought there were only 2 kidnappers.
Indeed, something isn't adding up. Literally. Is it possible that there's a 3rd kidnapper that Lance didn't see? Don't think these are gonna connect. Well, I say somehow miraculously do, and I missed it. But am I absolutely sure there's nothing else like the door? This door is thoroughly broken thanks to the police who forced it open. Ah, here we go. Oh. So when they broke the door open, that's probably what caused the door to break.
That doorknob handle thingy is looking pretty beat up.
I suppose that's what happens when 10 officers break their way in with brute force.
Hey, that's odd. The lock on this is completely fine. Look, not a single dent.
But how is that possible after what the officer told us?
Yeah, the lock had been used when the door was busted down. Then the lock itself should be completely wrecked.
So the lock on the door leading to the outside is undamaged. How can that be? Well, I have some logic now, so... Oh. The panel that hid the entrance to the underground is propped up and wide open. Be careful where you step, Kay.
I only fell into that other opening once, you know. Yes, and you quietly jumped into it, so... Anyways.
We have more logic to connect now. This and this. It should work perfectly. See, there we go. Done. Easy. It's a bit strange that the police had to force their way into an unlocked room. One look at their pristine door lock, and anyone can see that it was not in use at the time.
But the policeman outside said it took 10 men to get it open.
Or that was locked tight, despite being not locked at all. It can only be because of this.
Oh, you mean...
Yes, it was used to jam the door. You take a look at the door handle. Do you see how the handle is completely destroyed?
So that's how the sword broke.
Broken prop sword, I dialed down the organizer. I thought that we might uncover the true identity of the kidnappers, but instead we've only uncovered more questions that need to be answered.
Oh! What is it?
Well, Mr. Edgeworth, am I correct?
What are you doing suddenly popping up the secret entrance like that?
This is an underground passage used by staff members, sir. We badgers also make use of it in our duties.
Look, why don't you get out of there first and then we'll talk, okay?
I beg your pardon, miss. It's picture time.
Proto Badger, yeah, alright, only one more to go.
What are you getting all excited about?
Did you forget? The photo rally, duh. See, look, now all I have to do is get a picture of the bad badger and I'm done.
Yes. I think we call a contest or something of that sort.
What? It's gone! But where did it go?
What happened? What's wrong?
A bad badger costume is missing, sir. Oh? Is that all? Well, it's missing because the kidnappers stole it. I heard about how they were stolen. But they said that only 3 of the costumes have been taken.
What? Is he saying that there's more than 3 of them? More than 3 of them are gone? Mr. Proto Badger, please tell me a little more about these costumes you see. We're questioning a badger of all things.
And it's just inside its own sprite.
What do you mean by a bad badger costume is missing?
Why, just what I said, sir. Oh. Huh.
I think I know. That seems vaguely familiar. Anyways,
why, just what I said, sir. We are one bad badger short. Counting the spares, we have 2 of each costume on hand at all times. Okay, so because one of them is walking around the park,
the others should be in that room.
Actually, both of them should be in that room. Huh? What do you mean?
Normally we don't use the bad badger costumes. In fact, we only use them during a certain event at a set time each day. It's the stage show where the bad badger wreaks havoc around the park. And the other badgers must work together to apprehend him, sir. I'm speechless. I'm speechless that such a show exists.
Well, sir, I was just trying to explain to you the only time we use that costume. Then doesn't that make it near impossible to take a picture of the bad badger?
Personally, I can't believe that this is close.
Personally, I can't believe that it's this close to showtime and there's no costume.
Oh dear, what am I to do, sir? All this basically means that the kidnapper stole 4 costumes in total.
Then are you saying that there are 4 kidnappers?
No, I don't think that's very likely.
Oh.
Recall the costumes for a minute.
The stolen ones, you mean?
What proves that a 4th kidnapper does not exist?
Probably this.
Take that!
Take that!
If you had 4 people and you had wanted to steal a 4th costume, wouldn't you naturally go for the full set and steal a pink badger costume instead?
Yeah, that makes sense.
And yet the kidnappers decided to steal another bad badger. I believe the culprits needed 2 bad badger costumes, but the question is why? So I guess this is where we're going to connect things again. Oh. Now that we have more logic to find. Yep, there we go. That's all the logic we have. The second bad badger costume. I believe it may be closer at hand than we think.
Huh? What do you mean?
That costume in the trash. Wouldn't you say it was wearing some very telltale pants?
Hey, you're right. Let's get out of there and take a look.
as I suspected. It's a bad badger costume.
Well, minus the head.
I think we know where the head is, though, isn't it? It's probably in the other room.
Look! Its hand is hurt!
Hmm? Looks more like something was ripped off of it. I wonder why this bad badger costume's right hand is torn up like that.
Huh, maybe it's a flesh wound from a fight with the blue badger. I always knew the blue badger was one ferocious beast.
I somehow doubt that even the real badgers are as bloodthirsty as that, Kay. Oh. Whoops. So we needed to do something here. Probably this. So, let's see. Is this spot somehow connected to any of the evidence I hold? Oh, I can't see a picture. I don't know, what would be deduced here? Oh, that's what the gun's supposed to be. Eureka! I believe what we have here is an inconsistency.
Huh? Between what?
Look carefully. Our costume is not holding something in its right hand that it should be.
Oh, the gun!
Precisely. The blue badger was designed to always hold a gun in his right hand. However, you there! Did you remove the gun from this bad badger's right hand?
No, I did not, sir, but the gun is supposed to be securely attached to the costume.
As I thought, the rip itself confirms my hypothesis that the gun was forcibly removed. Mr. Proto-Badger, the gun is, of course, not a functioning weapon, correct?
Absolutely!
Oh, so this is this is absolutely the bellboy from the first game.
Absolutely not, sir!
It's just a model gun. However, it can't fire blanks. We need to use them for the stage show. It seems that our kidnappers also had a need for the model gun, my dear costume friend. Missing model gun. That is all for this room. Alright. Yay, I got my HP back. I think we're about done with this room.
So what's next?
Well, we found a few answers, but there are still a few things left, and we have to ask a certain person about it. Let's go, Kay. 3:34 p.m. Back in the Wild West.
Mr. Edgeworth, sir! You gotta hurry, sir! Come on!
What is it, detective?
They found a blue badger costume down in front of the main gate, sir!
What?
Isn't that what one of the kidnappers was wearing? Bingo! That's why you gotta come to the main gate with me right now! If we hurry, we might still be able to get there before Wolf Boy does, sir!
Alright, let's make haste to the main gate. That's it? Wow, that was actually pretty short. Now we're back to the ladder. Gumshoe's doing pretty well, all things considered so far. Where's the costume detective Gumshoe?
Just on the other side of the fountain, sir.
It's a blue badger costume.
Was it out here in the open all along?
No, it was discovered in the tall grass back there. We moved it out here in order to examine it more thoroughly.
Let's get down to it. Okay, so obviously we gotta go for this things first, which very obviously connects with the horse from earlier.
Oh, it's another pendant. That's 2 treasures in one day. How lucky is that? And hey, this pretty baby is full of platinum silver too.
Another pendant on top of the one we found on Mr. Deacon. Is it possible that these two... Hold it right there! Why is Lance still in the handcuffs? You would have thought to get him out of those, huh? Hands up, Mr. Prosecutor. You sure know how to cross the line, don't you? No. A pendant, huh? This is a very decisive piece of evidence. How can you tell? Look here and read off what you see. Lauren.
Hey, it's a name that's engraved on this.
Pops. Hi. Ah, ha! We have you now, Miss Kidnapper.
No, you don't understand. I...
Well, I can't believe you were one of my kidnappers.
Lance.
Hmm.
You're kidding. Miss Pops was one of the kidnappers?
Yes. It was me. I held Lance hostage. So Miss Pops is one of the kidnappers. But even knowing that, I can't call this case solved or over. Hey guys, case closed. Get the car ready. And I mean the special one for this young lady. Again, Mr. Prosecutor. What is it this time? Are you proposing that Miss Pops is also the culprit in the murder case? What happened? I thought Officer Meekins was your suspect. We found it. Found what? That officer's gun. He literally dropped it in the middle of a thick patch of grass. Your country's police are a sham. Just look at how careless they are.
Who are you calling a sham?
The officer's gun didn't show signs of having been fired, so it can't be the murder weapon. So Officer Meekins has been cleared of all charges, I see. So that happened off screen. And that's when a brand new suspect comes walking onto the scene. The murder only happened because the kidnappers started fighting amongst themselves. As I recall, it was you who said that, right, Mr. Prosecutor? That is true.
Miss Pops, did you really kill Mr. Deacon?
Yes, I killed him.
I can't believe it.
Thanks for the confession. I don't think so. Agent Lang, it's much too early to declare this case closed. Look at you, so sure of yourself. We've got the culprit's own confession and some very incriminating evidence. What more could you ask for? Ms. Lauren Pops? Yes? I want to hear it from you. Tell me your side of all that has happened today, from the kidnapping to the murder.
But why? I'm a kidnapper and the killer. Isn't that enough?
Don't cut your hair off. It's fine if you're the one behind everything, but only if that is the truth. Now then, you will tell us the truth. Or is there some reason why you can't? I've had a change of heart. I think I'd enjoy seeing you sulk away the losing butt. Alright, you heard me. Let's hear about all the evil deeds you committed today. Alright. The one who came up with the kidnapping plan was the butler, Mr. Deacon. We knew that we couldn't get rich by holding Lance hostage. Mr. Almano would pay anything to get his son back after all. Everything was going according to plan, but as soon as we got the money, Mr. Deacon turned on me and tried to kill me. There, you satisfied? You just confessed to your crimes a second time. Albeit in self-defense. At least you have the guts to admit what you've done. I can at least respect that much. Miss Pops, is what you said really the truth? You're not the only one who thought they killed their own father before. Yes, it is. If that is the truth, it certainly isn't the whole truth. Because there is something that seems a bit too improbable in her confession. Wait, so did that pendant I find get added to the evidence, or no? It did, okay. I'm gonna check this case. Lauren D is engraved onto this pendant. I see that they wrote out her first name, but why just the D? Maybe it's the result of poor planning? I guess. Well, at least if I had to join my name, I could make it Kay Faraday. That way, even if you just sounded it out, it'd still say that my name Kay Faraday. I suppose I had to do the same, but I would also abbreviate it as M. Edgeworth.
Hold on, I think you should abbreviate it as M.E. Get it?
Who would have thought this little pendant could be serve such a strange conversation? Okay, and then we need to check this thing just in case. Yep. The name Colin Deveray is engraved here. I really admire people who carve their own names into a pendant. Oh? What would that be?
You have no imagination, Mr. Edgeworth.
Did you ever think that maybe people want to have their loved ones always nearby? As long as if I have a wedding band, and I have no interest in accessorizing.
I suppose. Anyway, you know what? More than wearing flashy accessories, I'd rather be engraving my name to every treasure I can find all around the world.
Sign of affection is one thing, but blatant vandalizing is just a bit different. Anyways, I should probably press her statements.
Hold it!
How well did you know the victim? I've spoken with him only a few times in Lance's house. A few times, that's it. Yes. They only met a few times. I don't see how they could have trusted each other. But if you hardly ever talked, then how could he trust you not to steal his plan? Not so fast! That's completely irrelevant. He was planning to betray her from the very beginning, which is why he chose someone he wasn't especially close to. Isn't that right, Sheena? Yes. However, Mr. Deacon made a very poor choice. In the end, he was killed by the one he intended to betray himself. I bet you didn't see that one coming.
Hold it!
You knew. How would you know something like that? Oh no. What should I do? Okay, what's wrong for now? Come on, isn't it obvious? You're making a scary face again, that's why. Why don't you try asking her in a nicer, more gentle way? No, stop it, Warren. You're always like this. You always fall for the stern-looking one. That's why you always be unhappy. Or maybe that's it. She's being bewitched by your icy glare. Mind your own business, Kay. Now then, Miss Pops, let's continue with the testimony. Oh, yes, of course. Hold it. Why did you believe that? Anyone who knows Mr. Almano would think the same. I bet Lance is that old man's greatest treasure. I suppose he would be a doting father like Mr. Almano. I always figured that that was it too. And I was always envious of Lance for it. Oh, because your dad's. I got this pennant from my father, and I believe that as long as I have this, I'll fight my father again someday. He'll welcome me into his arms, riding on the back of the Pegasus. That pendant, which most truly believed to be the wings of Pegasus. Hold it. Would you mind telling us a little about the plan itself? Well, first we captured Lance. Oh, how'd you do that? Well, Mr. Deacon did that on his own, so I don't quite know. I thought you knew how to steal people away. I shudder to think what she would have done with such knowledge. So I really don't know, but somehow Mr. Deacon was able to contain him. All we had to do after that was wait for the ransom to be paid, but...
Hold it!
What do you think he did? I have no idea, but maybe he planned on doing so from the very beginning. Miss Pops. Wait, Mr. Deacon planned to kill Miss Pops from the very beginning? Was that ever really likely to happen? What should I do? Raise an objection? I'm gonna raise an objection. No, I'm sorry, but I don't think what you just claimed is all that likely. Huh? I don't think Mr. Deacon would have ever been capable of killing you. But why? We were total strangers. It's not common for people to kill each other over money. Miss Pops, you really are clueless, aren't you? Well, what do you mean? You never knew what your role in the kidnapping was. Nor do you know who you really are. But I do. And I can show you with this piece of evidence. This proves Mr. Deacon would have been able to bring himself to kill Miss Pops. Would be this necklace? Well, no, this necklace specifies his name. This would show how he... I guess, since it shows a D on the back, I guess this would go first? Why are you showing this to me? So what about the pendant? This pair of wings, along with this piece of evidence, shows you who you really are.
Take that!
These two pendants resemble each other, wouldn't you agree? Hey, you're right! They're the same color, and they're even made of the same material! I believe that these two pendants are actually one. Huh? Shall we give it a try? Well, wow, it's totally Pegasus! But why? Why does my pendant match with Mr. Deacon's? I had a feeling about this one. You're a smart lady. I'm sure you can imagine why that might be.
No, that can't be.
So the two make a set. Ha! It's just another trinket. It's not as though this changes anything. You lack imagination, Agent Lang. Very well, I'll show you with this evidence. This is a piece of evidence that gives meaning to the Pegasus pendant. Well, probably not that. I guess it would be this, the dossier.
Take that!
Oliver Deacon was just an alias for this man. His real name was Colin Deveray, the name that is etched on this horse pendant.
What? An alias?
I suppose he had to hide the fact that he was a felon somehow in order to live. And it makes sense, given what is written in Mr. Deveray's dossier. But what I really wanted to point out was this. This specific section is what reveals the true meaning. It didn't even finish the full behind those pendants. There we go. Mr. Deveray had one daughter, and her name is Lauren Pops.
That's a lie. That person was not my father.
He could have come out and tell you he was your father because he was in hiding. However, I believe he was trying to secretly watch over you. Do you still believe that a man like that could kill the daughter he was separated from? Or even that such a man would allow his daughter to get involved in a kidnapping plot? And what is so funny, Agent Lang? You're good at making things up in your head and deciding it's the truth, aren't you? What are you trying to say? Your thinking is much too innocent. After all, I thought of another possibility. Is that so? Well, let's hear it. Well, go away, Miss Pops. Now you're dealing with me, buddy. I'm your main antagonist now. I'll grant you that two of them are father and daughter, but isn't it possible that they both knew that fact? It was no coincidence the reunited pair became involved in the house on Mono, and the two of them made good use of the meetings to plan this little kidnapping. Wouldn't you say my scenario is perfectly probable as well? So this is a version of how things might have been. You don't have any proof that even one didn't know the true relationship, right? You mean they knowingly committed the kidnapping as father and daughter? That's right. As one really rotten family. Is that really what happened? I better take a long, harder look at the evidence. So, hinting that I need to present something at a statement, like before. I grant you that the two of them are father and daughter, but it is impossible that they both knew that for a fact. It was no... Get involved in the house on Mono, but the two of them made good use of the means to plan this little kidnapping. Wouldn't you say my scenario is perfectly probable as well? I guess this is where I present something that it's not that no, it's not improbable. Actually not gonna show me anything. So what would work here? What would prove that it's not as perfectly probable as he thinks? That's not gonna come in handy just yet. I don't know if I have any testimonies from anyone for this. Huh. Still going from guards during escape. We thought he might have for his wife and daughter, but despite our surveillance, he has yet to show up. I feel like I have to, like... I think I have to present the costume? Maybe? I don't know. It's probably wrong, but we'll try anyway. Yeah, no. Not so fast! That evidence means nothing. Let's see. Let's see. Wait. Let's see if the game will give me a hint if I wrap it back around. Agent Blank isn't wrong. This scenario is certainly a probable one.
You'd better hurry up and do something, or it's gonna wind up looking really bad.
I know, but first things first, is Agent Lang's line of logic actually correct? Do the two of them really knowingly commit the crime as father and daughter? Is there... I don't see how any of the evidence points to them not knowing that for certain. I guess, no, I should have seen that coming. I should have known that was gonna work. I don't know. This is confusing. I don't know. What in the evidence points that they truly did not commit it together? Because I'm honestly lost. I don't see how the evidence shows that. I don't believe it's something I need to press either. I'm pretty sure I have to present evidence to a statement in order to like actually do something here, but I don't know what. What does I need to do? Let me think about this carefully. I believe I have to present in here. Because he thinks it's perfectly probable. We have to prove it's not perfectly probable. So there has to be something. It's either the statement about it being perfectly probable, or is it impossible that they already knew that fact? It's either one of those I have to present them to. I know that much. I'm just figuring out what. I just don't know what piece of evidence I have to present. I don't see what helps. Oh, come on. I mean, so let's go over what we have again. We have the map of Gateway Land, which shows all this. The Badger head, which is just the head, of course, was left in the isolation room. The Bible of the Badgers and stuff. There's the whole Badger family in the park, of course. Kidnap, stole three costume, blue, proto, and a bad Badger. Bullet enter the admin limited notes engraved on the back of this thing. The Badger mobile doesn't tell us much. Victim's costume, we know what we know what it was. It was the blue Badger. Love letter. The Colin Delivery dossier doesn't. I think that's already been dealt with though. Broken prop sword, missing model gun, and the pendant for Pops. I'm not sure. I can't tell. I honestly don't know. I have to think about this. What if I just start presenting everything I can and see if that works? That might not work. In all honesty, it'd probably be a waste of time too, but I'm willing to try that. Because you never know. It might work. We'll find out. Maybe the victim's costume. No. This is a new one. I think it's nothing to do with what I was saying. Now put it away.
You might as well throw it out your logic. Ah, you dare to insult the courts.
Anyways.
This?
Nope. Okay, I'll try one more thing before I do a reset. Okay, we reset. Reset the counter. So it's only problem one. You better hurry up, do something, or the one's gonna wind up looking really bad. No, it's something. One of these. Nope. I just don't know. Honestly, I do not know what any others I need to present. Nothing stands out immediately, even after close inspection. I can't tell. What is it? This thing? Do I present this? Nah, I should have seen it coming. Okay. I'm lost. I might have to look this up. Or I guess I could press for more hints. That's possible. You think they knew? Yeah, I don't think only the victim knew. I think the girl realized it as well. They both knew who the other person was, but they had to pretend that they didn't. Because he was on the lab. You got it. The victim couldn't exactly go around flaunting who he was. Furthermore...
Hold it.
One is butler, one is the friend of the son, you mean. They probably thought that was the best shot. Is that what you honestly believe? Of course.
Hold it.
You mean how they plotted to commit this crime as blood relatives? Can you think of a better partner? They are certainly a clever pair. Butler and the girlfriend. No one would ever suspect that they were in fact... Oh, I have to present the missing costumes because there were 3! Oh, whoops. It's not a problem because there are 3 missing costumes, so we have to assume there's a 3rd kidnapper. No! What? I'm sure it's the costumes that to present. I got they're like they present it here though. Okay, no, I got the costumes though. Like, there's 3 stolen costumes. Obviously, it wasn't just them. It has to come in somewhere. There we go. Found it. That took a bit. This kidnapping wasn't planned by just 2 people alone. And what kind of proof do you have of that? Quite simply, there were 3 kidnappers. 3? 4 costumes were stolen from the Wild West area's back room. We found one of them in the kidnapper's hideout. But as for the other 3, we can assume they were being worn by 3 different people. We also found a set of 3 cups and 3 folding chairs that were used in the hideout. It all clearly points to a three-man group. And I believe this third person is the real mastermind behind the kidnapping.
Who was his mastermind?
I present to you the brains behind the kidnapping, Lance, probably.
Take that!
What? Huh? Lance Armano?
Yes, this abduction was, in fact, schemed up by Lance himself. Recall what he said when he appeared before us.
Did you see the faces of the kidnappers?
No, I didn't see the faces, but one was a woman. However, there were 3 kidnappers, which is in direct contradiction to what he said. But I know I only saw 2 people.
This guy was being held hostage. It's possible he couldn't see all 3 of them.
Well, yes, about when you were being held. I have my doubts about what happened then. And would you mind telling us what happened while you were being held captive? I really don't remember much anymore, honest. But if I don't tell you at least something, you won't believe me at all, will you? So now we started with Bob's, we went to Lang, and now we have a Lance. We have the trifecta, people. I was kidnapped yesterday morning. They had me shut in that room, blindfolded the entire time. But the kidnappers suddenly disappeared around the time I felt I heard rain falling outside. My hands were cuffed, and I was just struck with luck they left me alone. I made my escape and ran away from the room as fast as I could. Through the underground passageway, I presume. Are you okay? Sorry, I really didn't want to recall that horrible ordeal, but now you believe me, right? No, not quite yet.
No, how can you not? Why do you look at me with the icy daggers in your eyes?
Because he's a prosecutor, because they're all like that. I'll have you know, Agent Lang, a prosecutor's eyes are for discerning the truth. And should they be interpreted to be cruel at times, then so be it. Yeah. There is a striking point in Lance's testimony. Let's see what he offers up when I push a little. I was kidnapped yesterday morning. They had me shut in that room, blindfolded the entire time.
Hold it!
Hold it! Oh, by that room, you mean the room in the kidnapper's hideout, correct? Yes, but I was blindfolded the whole time, so I didn't know that until I made my escape. Then you were in the same room as the kidnappers. They spoke in hushed tones, but I could catch bits of the conversation. It was definitely 2 people. One of them was definitely a woman. I was so scared. Told her wouldn't was, so I didn't dare make a move. The kidnappers suddenly disappeared around the time I heard rain falling outside.
Hold it!
Hold it! The kidnappers disappeared. Well, the room fell into a sudden silence. I had been left behind like an unwanted mutt. And what do you mean by unwanted mutt?
What a pointless question. It's not like it's going to tell you anything new, you know.
To predict simile, you should learn how to use them too. You may look refined on the outside. This is alright, random wind. But it's still good if you're not refined on the inside as well. Yeah, it's a cover stroke of luck that it would let me alone.
Hold it!
Hold it. Then those cuffs and wrists. I suppose you are still cuffed in that case. I am well aware how I am chained to reality. I couldn't find the keys, so I'm afraid I am stuck like this. Even though I escaped from my jail cell, I will forever be a prisoner.
We can easily just get those off, you know.
Hold it!
How did you manage to escape? I wanted to just get out of there, but the door leading to outside was locked, which is why I had to use the underground passageway to make my escape. I remember our escape being to be equally as hard. This is an invaluable piece of testimony. I mustn't let it go unexamined. The door leading outside was locked tight, so I used the underground passageway. Oh no, right, the door is in evidence. No. Well, no, I probably present the sword.
Objection!
Objection!
You say that the door leading out was locked, but was it really?
Yeah.
The handcuffs just fell off his wrists.
We're talking about that room at the saloon front, right? Look, I heard that it took quite a few men to get that thing open, right, Shia?
Yes, that's correct.
Then take a look at this. What is that? A sword? It's not an especially reliable one if it's broken like that.
Allow me. Oh, the pursuit music's back. Lovely. Allow me to start from the end. My conclusion is that the door was never locked. It was simply held shut by the sword, which was used to jam the handle. Lance, even though your hands were cuffed together, you still could use them. If that's the case, then why did you not just simply remove the sword and escape? Oh, I didn't. I was disoriented. Yes, that's it. I didn't notice it. As if I should accept such a bold-faced lie. You locked yourself in that room because you had to make yourself look like the victim. But you did not, in fact, possess the key to the door. That is why you used the prop sword to improvise and create a prison of your very own. Not so fast. You've been making this guy out to be one of the kidnappers for some time now. I wonder if you've forgotten something very important along the way. What would that be? A motive. What else? You honestly think that an uptight pure boy like him would hatch up a completely pointless scheme such as kidnapping himself? Objection! Not quite. This proves that Lance did indeed have a motive to commit this crime. Take that! To put it simply, Lance has a very urgent need for money. This is hardly your typical love letter. It is in fact a collections bill. It appears our upstanding boy has accumulated quite a debt. Isn't it right, Lance? No. Looks like it's right being the son of a rich man, too. It must be rough when you have to resort to stealing from your own old man, huh? God, all right, I give up. I abducted myself. Lance! It's over, Lolly. In this life, we really are bound to our fates after all. All I wanted was to go with you to a new town somewhere and no one would know us. I want us to be well off with that 1 million, but now that dream is over. Oh, Lance. Then you are giving yourself up. Yes, I had planned to run away from this world with my Lolly. Oliver even helped us with the plan, but then he had to go and stab us in the back. He turned on you. Maybe he didn't want to split the ransom money, that's my guess. Happened almost right after he made the drop-off. We were alone, and he attacked me all of a sudden. After a brief struggle, I was able to contain him and keep him under control. We left him inside the room as Lolly and I made our escape. We wore different costumes and split up. Lolly left first in the blue badge costume. That would mean the person Officer Beacon saw was Miss Pops. But right then, the old man just had to wake up. I was fearless, and he tackled me pretty hard from behind. And I'll put on a bad badger costume. So the suitcase with $1 million and ran. I contacted Lolly right away and warned her that he had a gun. They had no idea that they were related. So I thought it could only end badly. I still don't believe it. That person was not my father. Because he was. I just killed my own father. Oh, Lolly, then it really was you. Chain of events. And it was not my father. I mean, because at the stadium, there was a bad badger pulling the suitcase with the 1 million in it. But that badger pointed his gun at me and even shooted me dead. That's why I used the gun I got from Lance. It was a gunshot and the other person crumpled to the ground. And I ran to give my life. I think the big picture is finally coming to focus, didn't you? Well, forgive me, I didn't think it would turn into something so frightening. Well, I could have protected you. So, Miss Pops, she shot on her own dad. Have we known who he really was? If what she says is true. Are you saying she's lying? But why would she lie about something like that? What purpose would it serve? You would be surprised how often people lie without even realizing it themselves, Kay. Huh? What's that supposed to mean? What I mean is, listen very carefully to her confession once more, and you'll see. Okay, so what do I have to present here? I probably have to present the model gun, because that's not an actual gun. Well, actually, would that work? Because she wouldn't know it was blank. She would all. Well, I guess we'll see. I guess we'll see what happens anyway. Objection! Nope.
Mr. Edgeworth, sir,
I don't think you pulled out the right piece of evidence. One of us bored into there.
Ugh! Detective Gumshoe, you refrain from excessive talking.
I'll try, sir. Gumshoe just pops in. That was wrong. I pressed that. Hold it. You shot Mr. Deacon. Miss Pops. Yes, I shot him. And that, as they say, is that. You shouldn't think Miss Pops is far from done. She hasn't even finished the testimony yet. You want to continue questioning her? What a waste of time. Miss Pops, if you please. Alright? I'm actually pretty dangerously low on health right now. I didn't realize how much I lost there. Where would Lance even get a gun, though? I don't know. I mean, I would have thought this would be represented because of 5 blanks, but I guess that was wrong, so... But where did you get the gun from Lance, though? I wonder. Is it this again? Objection! No, I should have seen that coming. Were you able to clearly see the gun? Yes, I got a very good look at it while it was pointed at me. Oh, Father, why would you try to shoot me? Do you really think a father would shoot his own daughter, Mr. Edgeworth? I don't know. I don't want to believe in myself. But it's true, I probably saw Thomas raised with a gun in it. Miss Pops! Huh? Please calm down and take a deep breath. And then would you allow me to please hear that last statement one more time? Yes, of course. The badge pointing the gun with his left hand at me. Aim to shoot me dead. Well, guess what? It wasn't the left hand. It was the right hand. Ha! Objection! No! I am so low! I'm gonna remain calm and collected. I thought I had my thing there. So that's definitely right, but I didn't do that correctly. Let me actually just go back to here and just get that going again, so I don't have as much, so I'm not as desperate as health. Hold it. Just gotta skip through this again. I don't know. Left hand. Would it be this? Probably this. Objection! No? Really? Okay. I'm low on health, I might as well save here so I don't have to do it again. Ugh. So that didn't work. So presenting that didn't work. Presenting this didn't work. Both obvious pieces of evidence are out. Oh, wait a second. Oh. The dossier. There we go. I have here a dossier on your father. And according to this, your father was right-handed. Oh, then that person pointing a gun at you from the top of the stage was not Mr. Deacon. Hold on there, Mr. Prosecutor. I think you need to take a refresher course. The Bad Badger has a model gun attached to his right hand, which is why the only hand he could have held the real gun with was his left. Isn't it possible it went down like that? Agent Lang, were you paying attention to what Miss Pops was saying? And then again, I suppose I can't expect someone who has never set foot in a court to catch it. Enough of the smugness. Out with it already. Miss Pops told us earlier. There was a Bad Badger pulling the suitcase with the 1 million in it. According to you, the Bad Badger had the gun in his left hand, which would mean that he was pulling the suitcase with his right hand. Is that correct, Miss Pops? Yes, exactly. And I'm sure it was the Bad Badger. It had those huge sunglasses on his face. Well, if that's the case, even I can see there's a huge contradiction. Yes, Miss Pops claims to have seen the Bad Badger, and yet the Bad Badger had both his hands full. These two pieces of information contradict each other, so one must be wrong, huh? Probably that it wasn't the Bad Badger, I guess? Probably. Yeah, probably. Yeah. What you saw was not the Bad Badger. Think back and recall which character was it leveled a gun at you. Oh, just the health bar is still there. Some of the Bad Badger pretty well, I'd say. Too bad for you, but it looks like the Bad Badger wasn't a mistake here. Ah! Need to think carefully about the facts here. I am dangerously low. I have two chances left. Would it be that both are correct? I don't know. Probably, actually. Yeah, both correct. They are both correct. Impossible! That just leaves us with irresolvable contradiction. Miss Pop's entire statement rests on the fact that she saw his sunglasses and beard. But what if that Bad Badger wasn't wearing pants on his lower half? This proved that there was a way for the Bad Badger to freely use both of his hands. It would be the head, right? The costumes have two parts to them: a head and a body. Oh, I get it now. The head Miss Pop saw was probably really the head of the Bad Badger. However, it is not possible that the body was that of an entirely different badger. A different badger? Yes, to put it more bluntly, I believe it was the lower half of this badger. The body of the Bad Badger Miss Pop saw really belonged to this badger. Probably this, because we're accusing Lance. So yeah, what the heck is it? It's the Proto Badger. Yes, and it's a simple matter of process of elimination. Miss Bob's wearing the blue badger's costume, so we can eliminate that one. And the pink badger is the wrong color, which would have been incredibly obvious. All that is left is the Proto Badger costume. Miss Bob's, who was the one who wore the Proto Badger costume? That would be Lance. Are you saying that what I think? Are you saying what I think you are? Lance O'Mara donned the blue Bad Badger's head and pretended to be Mr. Deacon? That boy she blocked to shoot Miss Pops while wearing that hideous thing. The stage that was set up in the stadium was nothing more than that, a setup. And its purpose was to lead Miss Pops into believing that she had committed murder. Standing there in front of Miss Pops and pretending to be the victim. It was all done so that she would pull the trigger. I have no idea what you're talking about. Why do you think I've had to do all that, huh? There's but one reason. Lance O'Mara, you are the real culprit behind the murder of Mr. Oliver Deacon. What? No. That's the line. Take it back. You take it back right now. Just out of curiosity, Lance, which is your dominant hand? Well, I'm left-handed, but what does that have to do with anything? Depends. According to Miss Pops, her attacker held a gun in his left hand. Ha! Who's what and it doesn't prove a thing. And besides, now you're just being absurd. It's not like the Proto Badger is bulletproof. One misfire and he would have found himself dead, right? Of course, largely if he had been shot, he probably wouldn't be here with us. But I believe he had thought of that as well, and prepared accordingly. And this should be all the evidence you need. This is where the model gun will come in.
Take that!
Take that! We found one half of the Bad Badger costume in the hideout, a broken one. And it was not the same one the victim was wearing, plus it was missing something. And that something is the model gun that the Bad Badger carries, which can fire blanks. But what? Miss Pops, where is the gun you use now? I threw it away into the sea. That makes it a bit tough to verify what it was, although I believe that we can safely assume that it was the model gun in question. I've heard enough. All you've been spouting so far is pure conjecture. I admit that as long as the model gun is lost to us, I can't prove I'm right. However, I can say that the probability that I am right is very high. Okay, let's pretend you're right, and that the murder at the stadium was a fabrication. In that case, where do you think the murder really took place, Mr. Prosecutor? I don't know yet. Ha! I knew you were full of it. However, I do believe that the murder took place during an earlier time frame. Please wait a second. It's simply not possible, because I saw Mr. Deacon after he was restrained by Lance. She saw the victim in the state of being restrained. More testimony. We're not done yet. Came back to the hideout long after the other two. By that time, Lance had already subdued and restrained Mr. Deacon. He had time Mr. Deacon's security to be in the room next door. After that, two of us put on our costumes and made our escape. So Mr. Deacon must have escaped after the two of you left, right? We thought it'd attract too much attention if we left together, so I left first. We planned to meet up again at the stage in the stadium. But then, as I was walking through the park, I got a call from Lance on my cell phone. Oliver managed to escape. It looked like he was waiting until I was alone. He also stole the gun from me at the time. And then the murder happened. Mr. Deacon must have over their plan to meet up on the stage. Well, Mr. Prosecutor, Miss Pop saw the victim with her own eyes. Which means that the victim was still alive at the time, wouldn't you agree? Why does that sound wrong to me? There must be something amiss with this account. Let's see what happens if I examine it in more detail. Okay, first things first, since I'm so low on health. Why are you always doing that? Not important. What's more important is I have to do this. When exactly did you arrive back at the hideout? It was. I didn't realize this was still open. I left this Google tab open, which was in Discord. I normally close this when I stream, so I don't use too much of my computer's memory. But I left it open. That's fine. But anyways, let's close that for now. There we go. It was after we had picked up the ransom money. And where were you? And where were you up until the time you returned? I was scouting the park out and made preparations for our escape. I walked around in the various areas, looking for the best route. So each of them had their own route roles to play. After I was done, I went back to the hideout. Hold it! How did Lance look at the time? Look at that time. He looked shocked. He also looked a little down. When I saw that sadness in his eyes, Thank you, that's enough now. And what of Mr. Deacon? What was his situation like?
Hold it!
You are sure there was Mr. Deacon that you saw? Yes, I'm certain of what I saw. Did you go into the other room to check? When I said it was best if I didn't get too close to him. Lance, he's such a kind soul. Are you telling me that you did not confirm that it was Mr. Deacon for yourself? I checked for the slit in the door and it separates the two rooms. He had Bad Badger's head on, so I'm absolutely sure. It just had Mr. Deacon. She saw a Bad Badger head.
Objection!
Yep, that's not possible, because Deacon was in the room. I was! Miss Pops, the person you saw was not Mr. Deacon at all. Huh? The person you actually saw was this person. Me. It was me. Huh? The person I saw was you, Mr. Edgeworth. I always thought it was a bit odd. Why would the kidnappers abduct me, even after I'd handed over the ransom? It's not as though I saw the face of the kidnappers. If I were them, I would have just taken the $1 million and ran. But in the end, there was a point to it all. It was all to make me look like Mr. Deacon. And if that was the reason for which I was abducted, then I believe we can assume that the victim was already dead at that time. Well, Lance, am I right? You showed Miss Pops a person, hitting me with a bad badger's head on. And then they made your costume escape. Or so you pretended. Huh? What do you mean he pretended? Exactly that. I believe Lance watched you escape, and then doubled back to the hideout. Probably to come and remove the bad badger head from my unconscious self. And to create his fake prison with the prop sword, he then escaped via the passageway. Hold your tongue, boy. He's just cowering behind Lang. What are you doing? Let go of my arm. Don't get caught up in that tidal wave of words coming out of Mr. Prosecutor's mouth. Tidal wave? I've heard a lot come out of you, but I've yet to see a shred of evidence. The victim's betrayal and his subsequent detainment. All that could have happened while you were out cold. That's right, you were out for quite a while, Mr. Prosecutor. Even if that was the case, Miss Pops would have still seen me tied to that beam. I was scared, Mr. Deacon, so I didn't go into the next room. So I really have no idea if you were in there or not, Mr. Edgeworth. You see? It would seem that you can't prove a thing. Ugh. The cage just hold. Oh. Who said that? Oh, this guy. Please wait. Mr. Amano. Oh, Miles, my boy. Looks like you're really giving it your all. And Lance, it's not good to cause trouble for others. Dad? Let's see. You are the one in charge of the investigation, correct? Yeah, that's right. I'm sorry that my son has been nothing but trouble. This probably won't make up for anything, but I have some evidence for you. Oh, do you now? Oh, just look at that, the Bad Badger's costume. Is that what I think it is? It's the Bad Badger costume the victim was wearing, and a gun. I couldn't wait around for the police, so I went and found these myself. It appears that they were disposed of in the sea. Ugh, is there no one in this country who actually obeys the law? There. Now. Agent Lang, please calm down. What the heck is that scrap of paper? This appears to be a letter from the Chief of Police. Please allow Mr. Amato complete freedom to do as he sees fit, it says. What? The Chief of Police? What the? Just who does he think he is? The person who wields the highest authority in this area. Oh, there. There, now. There is no need to be so upset. Heh, I'm not a cop from this land, so I'm not bound by the laws of your country. Now. This wasn't meant to be strong arm you or doing anything. It's just a request. I'm only asking you please respect the laws of the land. Ugh, can't really say no to that. However, returning to the topic at hand, it doesn't matter who found the evidence. Its value remains unchanged. Alright, now let's take a look at this new evidence. I already got the results back. Alright, Special Forensic Research Lab, now I'm on good terms to conduct the tests. They verified that the blood in this costume belonged to Oliver. As for the gun, the only fingerprints they can find were yours, Lauren. What? You disappoint me, Miles. I can't believe that you caused my son such stress and heartache. The girls I was able to find the final pieces of evidence. With this, you will have no reason left to push my poor boy around. That's it. These are the case-making pieces of evidence. Huh. I'll be the judge of that. Time to expect everything once again. Something was obviously in that head. What's this? It looks like there's something inside the costume head. Hey, they sparkle. I bet they're really valuable. Sorry, but there's just pieces of a mirror. Why are they in here? This is gonna be the actual murder weapon. This bullet hole. It looks kind of burnt around the edges. Wait, those bore marks were left by gunpowder. This is the most important fact. Why is that? Because it's proof that the victim was shot at point blank range. Oh dear. Oh, I think I'm about to get evidence confused later. Well, he's one of the most definitive pieces of evidence you've ever seen. Thank you, Dad. It should be enough to convince even Mr. Edgeworth over there. Make no mistake, there are fingerprints on that murderous grid. On the murderous gun. Grid. Gun, whatever. And they prove that it was Lolly who killed Oliver. Oliver was also after Lolly's life. So Mr. Edgeworth, even you must see that Lolly was only acting in self-defense. The fingerprints on the weapon. The fingerprints on the weapon, huh? Oh no, this isn't helpful at all. Look, Mr. Edgeworth, all I want is to save Lolly. But in the end, all I can do is watch Honesty takes punishment for her crimes. That may be all you can do. However, I still have a case to solve and a job to do. The job of unraveling your insidious lie. You ruined me. Why don't you believe me, even in the face of all this evidence? I'll find out. Is there nothing I can examine with this gun? Wait. They found Mr. Pop's fingerprints on this gun. Can you let me hold it for a sec? I shouldn't if you don't know how to handle it. Besides, Miss Pop's prints are on it. Look, I'm wearing gloves. They'll be okay. I just want to take a look, that's all. It's not like I'm going to run off with it. The only things they don't return are treasures. Stealing either one will land you in jail, you know. So I can't check anything else, huh? Okay. These are so similar. What the heck? Shot from point blank range. First things first. Just in case. Nope. I tried. That didn't work. I believe this is why I have to present something too, but at the same time. Will this be where the mirror comes in? And we just got it, so I don't know. Yeah, that was that was a little too soon there probably. But we have nothing to connect to the mirror yet. Let me think. I don't know. I mean, it has to be something that I should probably press. Those fingerprints. Are you sure they belong to Miss Pops? There's no mistake about it. Though for my connections, I had the best forensics techniques the money could buy performed. I find that a bit peculiar.
What? I ain't trying to make an argument with me.
What should I do? Should I raise an objection? Why not? We'll see what happens. Frankly, I don't believe that Miss Pops' prints should be on that gun to begin with. The reason why Miss Pops' prints should not be on the gun is... it's because she was also wearing a costume at the time. I don't have evidence for the costume itself, but I probably show this. It's simply not possible for Miss Pops to have left any prints on the murder weapon, because while she was at the stadium, Miss Pops was wearing a costume. Huh?
Well, that's been no mistake. We found fingerprints.
Well, Miss Pops, do you remember touching the gun at all at any time? Ah, yes. As a matter of fact, I did hold it for a bit back in the hideout. I had enough to Mr. Deacon when he left the haunted house. To retrieve the ransom money, I suppose. And there you have it. That is when Miss Pops' prints found their way onto the gun. You understand now, Mr. Amato. The three of us do nothing to prove that Miss Pops is the murderer. But we still don't have anything to prove that she isn't the killer, right? You seem very adamant about insisting that your girlfriend is a cold-blooded killer.
Oh, Lance. What? No way. I'm incredibly worried about her.
But it doesn't change the fact that you don't have any evidence, right? That's where you want it. That's where you're wrong. I have the evidence.
What? How?
The story of Miss Pops killed the victim of the stage in the stadium. The whole affair is simply not true, because that was not the real crime scene, but a setup. This proves that the real murder was not committed at the stadium at all. Ah, I can't save anymore, so I'm stuck here. Fly the mirror.
Take that!
Nope. I'm gonna go back to here so I don't have to do this on one bit of health left.
Hold it!
And hang on. It's actually, I probably shouldn't have done this actually. This is gonna take a bit. I have to go for. And this was a mistake.
Take that!
Let's give it a moment. Getting back to where I was before. Ugh. I'm gonna save here. Seem very adamant about insisting your girlfriend is a cold-blooded killer. It was not committed at the stadium at all. It's not the mirror, so what would prove that it was done elsewhere? Has to be one of these, right? So we're trying to prove it was not committed at the stadium. What proves that it was not committed at the stadium, though? The sword? Would that be proof that they got it from somewhere else? I don't know. I guess we'll try this.
Take that!
Nope. That was not correct. I'm gonna try to stay this a bit closer to this now. Because that was not the real crime scene, but a setup. The real murder was not committed at the stadium at all. But what would do that? So it's not the mirror. It's not the sword, though I think the mirror would have been pretty obvious. Would it be the costume itself?
Take that!
Oh, it is. Okay, it was the costume. Let's take another good. I was thinking that, but I didn't think it was possible if it was like, I don't know. Let's get another good look at the costume the victim was wearing. Then I believe you will see why I insist it was not shot at the stadium. Do I like go for here? Oh man, this is gonna be tough. Oh, I'm not gonna like this.
Take that!
No. Oh, now I'm gonna have to save you one bit of health left. This isn't good at all. What would we hear itself?
Take that!
Oh, of course. The burn around his bullet hole was made when the victim was shot at point-blank range. Ah, so then you mean the murder Miss Olbach saw at the stadium really was? Yes, she saw two people, but they were separated by a distance. The victim was indeed shot from below the stage. There shouldn't be a gun. There should be a gunpowder burn. Yeah, look at you, Mr. Smarty Pants Prosecutor. Since you even know all the answers, why not tell us where the real crime scene is then? Plan to send me up to look at Mr. Deacon back at the hideout. If that's the case, then the murder must have happened prior to that. And the location where Lance and the victim were at just before I was in prison was. The suit music is back. I've got it. I know the real scene of the murder. The real location of Mr. Deacon was killed is here.
Take that!
Take that! I think it's not reasonable to assume the murder took place in the haunted house. The haunted house? Yes, I approve. And now this is where the mirror comes in, because of course!
Take that!
Mirror! These were inside the costume victim was wearing. They're fragments of a mirror. A mirror? What does that have to do with anything? Indeed, you don't exactly expect to find pieces of a mirror inside a costume. Yeah, that's actually pretty dangerous. However, there was one place I could think of where there is a plethora of mirror fragments. And that is the haunted house. Alonzo Mono, I propose that you kill Mr. Deacon with a revolver in the haunted house. We have suddenly entered the clue, apparently. After that, you stole the Blue Badgermobile to move his body into the Wild Wild West area. The timing of when the Blue Badgermobile was stolen confirms this as fact. Miles, my boy, say no more! I'm sorry, Mr. Amato, but I cannot do that. Be quiet! Yes, please, do something. Stop that boy from speaking any more nonsense. Ernest Amano, correct? I meant you. That'd be cool, Gramps. How dare you? I don't need words. The only thing I require is evidence. Decisive evidence. And to call these mere bits of decisive is a bit too presumptuous, Mr. Prosecutor. What? Sheena, wasn't there a mirror that kidnapped his hideout? Yes, there was a mirror there. A mirror that's for the haunted house. You see, isn't it possible the mirror fragments got into the costume there? To Agent Lang, there were no fragments on the floor, so the probability is very low. Probability? Lang Z says, on truth's paths, the word probability does not exist. The only thing it does is definitive proof. The question, Mr. Prosecutor, is do you have definitive proof if you need? Well, Mr. Edgeworth, do you? Do I have solid evidence that proves the murder took place at the haunted house? Just in case it throws me into something else. The answer is no. See, so since you don't have any, shut up. Don't talk anymore. I don't have the evidence yet, but searching the murder occurred around the time I turned the ransom over. At that time, the only people at the haunted house besides myself were Lance and Mr. Deacon. If I can prove that the murder took place, if I can prove that the murder took place in the haunted house, then I can prove Lance's guilt and connection to the murder. What now, Mr. Edgeworth? Agent Lang, I have a special request. Yeah? I'd like to prove to you that the scene of the crime was indeed the haunted house.
Finally, ask my well for permission.
Because I don't really have a choice. I want to find the truth. Alright, permission granted. But you're not to touch a single thing. Got it? That won't be a problem. All that's important to me is that the truth be brought to light. Doesn't matter by who or how it's done, as long as it is. Yuck. Shayna, I'm here. Put in the paperwork for the authorization immediately. Understood. I'll go get the Gatewater group's approval. Who got to hold it?
Who was that?
Now. Let's hold on for a second. There was no need to obtain approval. Mr. Amato. Agent Lang, if you were, please take a look at this. He has something else, of course.
What is this? Sheena!
It's the deed to the haunted house. The deed? Read it out loud. Gatewater Land Incorporated hereby bequeaths the property known as the haunted house to Mr. Amato for the lump sum of $1 million, paid full in cash.
What?
Oh, as you can see, I'm now the legal owner of the haunted house.
Are you kidding? When did you...
I ran into the owner on the park earlier. We made the deal almost immediately. How quickly things move when you can prepare $1 million in the blink of an eye.
That's $1 million you paid. Don't tell me it was...
Oh, that's right. This disgusting suitcase belongs to you, doesn't it? I don't have any more use for it, so you may have it back now.
You used the ransom money!
My Lance is a good boy. He even apologized for kidnapping a bit earlier. So I do believe that I will forgive him after all. He did return the ransom money. That's the way things are. So if you would please discuss things with me from now on. Discuss? What is there to discuss? My permission to enter the haunted house, of course. Ugh. While we were busy listening to Lance's story, Mr. Amato was out there preempting us. Permission to search the haunted house is denied. End of discussion. He's like, I want you to arrest that girl. And Miles, you should hurry home now, my boy, before I really lose my temper. Ugh. Mr. Amato definitely has the deck stacked in his favor here. What should I do? If I leave it like this, the truth will be lost forever. To be continued. With 1 bar of health. I struggled with that. Alright, so we're not done yet. This should be the last part, I think. 4:27 p.m. Gatewater Land main gate. If I can't get permission to investigate the crime scene, then the truth will be lost.
Hold it!
Where's that wind coming from? Okay. Mr. Edgeworth, what are you doing spacing out? Have you forgotten? There's only one thing you should do at a time like this. And what is that? When the people are in a bind, the hero of justice appears to save the day. Look, just leave it to me. For I am Kay Faraday, the second of the great Yatagarasu. But I thought you were a thief, not a hero. The Yatagarasu is noble, and is always a thief of justice. That's... Of course! We have enough information. If we have enough information, I can recreate the inside of the haunted house with this. Plus, if we then factor in everyone's testimony, you can recreate exactly what happened when I dropped off the ransom money. We may be able to figure out some new information through this. Worth a try. Agent Lang, Ah, so you want to use your little toy? Be my guest. Okay, hang on. You're all about to witness the true power of a real modern-day Robin Hood. Detective Gumshoe, is there a copy of the haunted house's blueprint among the police's reference documents? We have that? Well, I mean, I guess that makes sense since the police helped with Gaywaterland, so yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We got it just in case we need it for the kidnapping case.
Alright, input the haunted house data, then...
What is this? Where are we?
It's like we're inside the haunted house. Even if we can't expect the real location itself, the path to the truth slumbers here. If I can successfully navigate my way using logic, I'll ultimately arrive at the truth. Now then, I believe I'm ready to investigate the crime scene. Okay, what should I recreate first? You haven't figured it out yet. Maybe I have, and maybe I haven't, but I'm going to make you do all the hard work. Very well. I like to expect the moment in which I was ambushed by my abductor. Two of them were definitely in this place at that time. If I can verify that, you may provide me with a new lead. I just come out of the hallway after leaving the money inside the dining room. At that time, I saw a badger slumped over on the floor at the end of the hall. Eh? What was the badger doing all the way down there? I also thought it was strange. However, I thought that maybe it was simply a mannequin that was set there for atmosphere. Do you know which badger it was? No, it was too dark to tell. All I saw was a silhouette. It was the proto badger though, and the stuff. Yeah. In that case, I guess I should I'll just program a badger silhouette in for now. Okay, programming complete. And I started walking towards the exit. And that's when you were struck from behind, right? Yes. But that's odd. The hallway is a dead end. Where did your ceiling come from? There was only one location I could think of. Levi's ceiling was lying in wait here. Oh god, I have to be really careful here.
Take that!
That doll I saw wasn't really a doll. It was in fact a costume kidnapper. Ah, so they used the costume as the perfect camouflage to blend in with the rest of the house. Precisely, right until I had made the drop-off and was about to leave. Then just as he saw me take a step towards the exit, he stood and launched his attack. I think of no better hiding place than this. Hey, not bad. I'm beginning to think I should steal this tactic for myself. Just don't use it to use it for anything criminal, okay? Well, Lance, saving here just in case we do anything, because once again I am on 1 bar of health, so I really have to be careful here. What are you asking me for? As one of the kidnappers, I figured I should give you the chance to confess first. I was one of the kidnappers, but I don't know anything. I did come up to the haunted house, but I never set foot inside. I left Oliver in charge of picking up the ransom money. He didn't set foot inside. He's telling the truth, or is this another lie? Alright, then you're claiming that it was Mr. Deacon who assaulted me. Yes, I'm sure it was him. Okay, I'm putting the info now. Mr. Deacon was the Bad Badger, right? Since the Bad Badger has a gun attached to his right hand, I'll have it changes so the weapon is in his left hand. Now to verify the facts of this recreation. Yes, if I do this right, I get some health back. I got everyone in here I could talk to if I wanted to, but for now. You didn't recreate the weapon. Well, I can't exactly recreate something I know nothing about. So tell me, what were you hit with? The attack came from behind, so I have no idea. But I doubt it was from someone's bare hands. Okay, then where were you hit? I was hit on the right side of my head, just above my temple. There was a bit of blood, but it wasn't anything serious. Ouch! Sounds painful. Why are you smirking like that when you say it? It's just your imagination. Now, let's see. I wonder if there's anything in the hallway that could be used as a weapon. Yes, I wonder what it could have been, Kay. I wonder, Kay.
Take that!
I have it. There was indeed one such object lying here in this hallway. Prop sword. Yes, although we did find it at the kidnapper's hideout. But yes, it was possible that the culprit took it with him after using it on me. To leave no evidence behind, right? Correct. Maybe we're for more thorough examination yet. Okay, it's West. Okay, do you want? Kay's like, what does he run? One on the sword. We do not have. Emma's not here, Kay, but okay. Cole's wearing a costume at the time, so fingerprint analysis is useless. Let's run a luminol test. It's possible that some of my blood found its way onto this. Agent Lang, may I ask for your cooperation in this matter? Yeah, like I have a choice. Gina, call the lab boys. Understood. Except for a dab on the left side, it would appear that the blade is spotless. So it must have been the left side of the prop sword that hit you then, right? Okay, I'll update the recreation. I'll update the recreation of this new piece of information. Let's look. Every suspicious looking nook and cranny. The next instant, this badger will swing his left arm, complete with weapon in hand. He has to club me with the left. Yes, going to the left side of the prop sword. Shall we create the moment of impact? I want to see the pain expression on your face. It's just fine the way it is. Wait, maybe not. It's just my imagination, or something not quite right. Hang on. Before I try anything. I'm doing this a lot until I get my health back. Once I get my health back, I'll be more comfortable. But I believe I have to do something here. Oh, that might have been a bit too off. Hang on. Yeah. Eureka! Finally! I found a clear contradiction of facts about this sword. Except for a bit on the left side, this prop sword is absolutely spotless. However, the killer had used his left hand, the blood would be on the opposite side. The opposite side, huh? If the culprit held the sword in his left hand, the sword's right side would hit. I see, but the blood was on the left side of the sword, right? Which means I used the right hand to hit you. Exactly. This prop sword has a large hand guard attached to the hilt. It'd be impossible to hold it with two hands while wearing a costume with such big hands. Therefore, it couldn't be the left hand of both hands. It must have been the right. It must have been the right. I'll change the data to reflect a right-handed swing. Not yet, Kay. There's no sense in changing anything yet. If you change the parameters to the right hand, it only creates a new contradiction. Changing the prop sword to being culprit's right hand would conflict with what? Oh god, this is gonna be... Oh god.
Take that!
Okay, thank goodness. The bad badger already holds a gun in his right hand, so he can't hold a sword in addition. Okay, that's right. Then what now? If it wasn't his left or right hand, or his right hand, that means that the one who struck me could not have been the bad badger. Are you paying attention, Lance? Mr. Deacon could not have been the one who struck me, which leaves only you as our primary suspect. Fine, it was me. I hit you. Okay, so I guess that's just clears up everything then. Because they lied to me yet again. We'll see how they quickly catch up to you, Lance. Wait, isn't Lance left-handed? Yes, but that's what makes this deception all the more interesting. He used his right hand to make it look like Mr. Deacon had been the one to strike me. Well, you see, firing a gun with one's non-dominant hand is difficult, but that level of dexterity isn't required to swing a prop sword. Yeah. Okay, please input this new data. The one who hit me from behind was Lance. Or should I say the Proto-Badger? You got it. Here we go. Now we have a faithful recreation of the situation around the attack on me. Alright, all we have to do is examine this new creation and... Buckley is so funny, Agent Lang. That amusing little gadget sure packs a punch, right, Sheena? Yes, it was all I could do. It was all I could do to hold my laughter in. Hey, don't make fun of little thief, you mean old Brett Wolf. Me and Mr. Edgeworth bring out the best in each other. You've had your little fun, but now it's my turn. I've sat quietly by listening. But the crude conclusions you two keep spewing don't whet this wolf's appetite. Ugh. There's no guarantee your toy will always show the real situation at any given time. All it displays is whatever information you put in there, right? Well, when you put it that way, your superstitions are wrong. It's not your fault, so I'm gonna let you in on this. There was a trick to this haunted house.
And what made that be exactly?
A trick beyond your one tiny imaginations can produce.
Shayna!
Here you are. Now then, when you missed, girly, is written along here in this pamphlet. The 7 wonders of the haunted house. The disappearing badger. What is this? I'd say that someone around here is fond of theatrics. As you can see, they set a doll down at the end of this hallway for that purpose. Basically, the blue badger you saw is just a stupid doll. How can this be? Guess that throws your whole theory about it being your attacker right out the window. Ugh. But that can't be right. Maybe the culprit hid the doll somewhere? And then he laid down and pretended to be in it instead? If the criminal can even hide himself in the hallway, how can he hide in a giant doll? I mean, why does it even have to be a problem at this point? Lan's already admitting he's the one that hit me. Okay, so I've written the wrong conclusion. Ugh. Now get off your high horse. Mr. Edgeworth. Okay, I wonder if you could please input the new information for me. Huh? You don't know when to quit, do you? I can't quit. Not until I can declare I found the truth. Agent Lang, for the additional information, you have my thanks. Yeah, there you go again. We'll see if I care. Okay, I'm updating the recreation now. That looks really weird. Look how it changes from the blue badge into the proto badge all of a sudden. The Slumptober badger was just a doll. Where was my attacker hiding? Oh, that's what we're going to find out, right? So come on, Mr. Edgeworth, let's go. Yes, let's. This recreation can't be right, which means there must be a contradiction somewhere. Pieces of a set of armor in a pile here. Why do you think they almost always have sets of armor inside a haunted house? I suppose this sort of interior design is meant to bring out a sense of the abnormalcy. Why do you always expect this to have to be so hard to understand, Mr. Edgeworth? Now try explaining it again, but this time so that even a thief like me can get it. That may prove to be a most difficult task. This is where the proto badger shows up in our recreation. Yes, now, Edgeworth, I'm over here. Now the question is, where did he come from? Yeah, but there's no place to hide in our current model. Must be an inconsistency somewhere. His wall looks pretty inconsistent when you think about it, but hang on. When you take a look around, it almost feels more like a house of mirrors. Indeed. Who has ever heard of this many mirrors inside of a haunted house before? Well, at least you know this was the real crime scene thanks to these mirror shards. Oh, logic begins. Hey, wait, these shards. Something different about them. Oh? The ones we found earlier are thicker than the shards from from these mirrors on the wall. And look, these are sort of designed at the back too. Pieces from the costume are certainly different from the other mirrors. What does this mean? Could it be that our pieces are not pieces of these mirrors? I was supposed to look at Granny. This blue badger is just a doll for use in this haunted house. I bet the one who killed this badger was the bad badger, right? According to the blue badger Bible, it says that they are each other's worst enemy. All because one's an ally, just as a vile criminal with a gun? Perhaps they were just destined to battle each other. Much like the Steel Samurai and the Evil Magistrate. Oh, wait, that wasn't Kay. Much like, but still, it's very funny. Much like the Steel Samurai and the Evil Magistrate. So we have to do something, huh? I think I know what to deduce. Potentially. Actually, let me do something first. Yeah. Now then. Deduce! Okay, and I believe it should be... probably these. Yeah. Eureka! This is a complete contradiction to this piece of evidence. Let me resolve a complete contradiction. Hold it, Mr. Edgeworth. Which is it? Is it a contradiction or not? Sorry, I don't quite... Ah! Go back, go back, go back, back. That was too close. So I was wrong. Wait, no, is there a logic I didn't think of? I only have the one piece. Maybe there's something more I can try to find. Is there anything I get to investigate? Or maybe I talk to everyone?
I can't believe what I'm seeing, sir. This space that I'm standing in. It's like out of some crazy dream.
Except that this isn't a dream. This is something Kay's. This is something Kay's gadget.
No, wait. It's exactly like a dream, sir. Never so impressed. It's a miracle.
Someone surely is easily impressed. I'm so glad you like it.
Oh, this is a product of your gadget. Now I wish I had one too.
Well, once this is over, I'll let you play with it for a bit if you want.
You do that for me, pal? Oh, thanks. All right, let's wrap this up. Let's wrap this case up already.
It's times like these that I wonder if they understand the seriousness of the situation. Thanks for letting us see him, you little thief. He's just staring at a wall. Lang Z says, reject not those who seek the truth. So keep in mind that I'm not doing it for you. I'm doing this for the truth. Don't worry, I understand. We have different methods, but our wish is the same. The code's very soft, by the way. Oh, I never actually examined Edgeworth. I never actually examined this again himself. Huh. The proto badger struck me. I suppose that I really should say that at his lance. Oh, you're gonna get him back? I need not to resort to violence when the lawsuit I plan to bring to court will suffice. Really? Because I would totally have decked him right back. If someone steals from me, I steal something from them. If I get hit, I hit them back. Punch, punch. If I get paid, I return the money. That's the secret to how a great thief works. The third statement doesn't seem to be much of a benefit to our survival.
Miles, my boy, what is the meaning of all this? Do you plan to pay me back for all I've done for you with the conviction of my son?
I've not forgotten my debt to you, however, your son's crimes are a separate matter. However, further, I can't ignore the truth when it's right before me.
You will regret this, I promise you that.
No matter the outcome, I never regret the choices I make. With Pops, by my hand, I will prove your innocence in the murder of Mr. Deacon. Therefore, please do not fret. It will soon be over. Do you not trust me? That is... She's spinning? Your face is all beat red, Miss Pops. No, I can't. Lance. Oh, don't tell me that you like that guy more than me. That's... Oh, why am I so pathetic? It's so easily swayed by even the last time. What exactly is she going on about? I think you have another guilty person on your hands, Mr. Edgeworth. What if Kay has any ideas? Yes? Okay, how was, Little Thief? Totally fine and recreating the crime scene. All that's left is more info. But you know, I can't believe I'm replicating the haunted house. And now we're talking about a fee of $1 million. Pretty exciting stuff. I can't say I understand what is so exciting about recreating a crime scene. In any case, I believe that it is very probable that the murder occurred at this place. And if I can prove that, then we will finally arrive at the truth. Yeah, so what are you waiting for? Let's get investigating. So you believe that this gadget will provide us with the proof we need? Yeah, of course. Pretty neat, huh? By inputting info like this, you can recreate the crime scene exactly as it was. Although Little Thief was originally intended to be a training sim for heists. A training sim for thievery! I don't believe I could turn the deaf ear to that, Kay. No, it's for practice. Practice. It's not like I've actually stolen anything yet. Besides, we're in the middle of investigation, so stop nitpicking. Even if it's just practice, I can't exactly endorse the act of stealing. Although, admittedly, this device is rather useful in an investigation. Oh, wait. She had something else to say. So how am I supposed to use this to aid my investigation? Oh, that's right. I guess I should explain how to use it, huh? Objects outlined in yellow are things that are not present in our time, but were in the past. Things outlined in dotted line are things that exist now, but didn't in the past. I see. You can examine and interact with replicated people and objects as you normally do. You can even present evidence wherever you find an inconsistency. Oh, and be sure to point out mistakes in the recreation of the evidence too. Very well, let's continue with the investigation. If there's something you don't get about Little Thief, feel free to ask anytime, okay? I think I know what I need to do. Hang on. So... Oh, wrong button. So... We have to deduce the badger. Ah. Probably this one. Eureka! Nope. Is that... Yeah, no, that's not right. Am I sure there wasn't anything I missed? I don't have any more bits of logic to find. There should be another bit of logic, but it hasn't shown up yet. So have you noticed anything worthwhile? I had no obligation to talk with you. Well, I'm about this Little Thief in solving this case. A toy. It's very well made. That's because it's a hard and noble thief out of Yanagarasu. Okay, there may not be something you can want to advertise to everyone. So, Sheena, looks like it's the source of this extra dimensional like space. I believe it's nothing more than a projection from that girl's toy. So it's all an illusion, right? Yes. Hey, don't treat this like some sort of silly light show. You can lie all you want, but we'll all be for naught, Lance. As soon as I expose the truth, you will be placed under arrest. How can you do this? After all my dad has done for you. What your father has done for me is unrelated to the charges you face now. Unbelievable. You know, you kind of sound like a bully right now, Mr. Edgeworth. If I'm not serious about this, he will never understand the true gravity of his crimes. I will not allow him to remain a child forever. Now you sound like a dad. Okay, so that's absolutely everything I could have done. So, there has to be something I can deduce here, but I need to figure out what it is. We have mirror, like, I try, I tried both the pamphlet and the mirror so far. Nothing worked. I'm surprised that didn't work, actually. Yeah, no, that's weird. I don't know why that doesn't work. Because I feel like it should be important, but I guess not. Let's see. What do I not have yet? Well, if I just try everything one at a time until something works. Because I have no clue. No, I'm very sure I've checked everything I could. Well, I think I'm at that point where I'm just gonna try everything until it works. Let's try. I tried mirrors, pamphlet, and sword. Let's try the missing mall gun next. Nope. There's something I have to do something here, but I don't know what it is. The obvious answers were out. I already did everything else. Could I have done? Did I do it? Look, I only have one bit of logic though. I can't connect this to anything. It's gonna be dark, which is all the more reason they should have been more alert. If I would never be caught by surprise again. I don't know. I genuinely do not know. I honestly don't know. I'm so lost. Ay, ay. No, I'm gonna. Has to be something among the evidence that works. Am I just not hitting the right well, hang on. Am I not, like, hitting the right spot? Is that it? I feel like this is what I have to do, but I'm not sure. Oh. Wrong button. Ah, whatever. Yeah, no, that's what I thought. Not the autosave. You just don't know. Maybe I know what it has to do with the. I'm pretty sure it has to do with the pamphlet, but I don't know what to do with the pamphlet. Oh. Oh. Of course. Hold on a second here. There's something wrong with this blue badger. Huh? Like what? The way the belt is on him is opposite of how it should be. Did you make a mistake? It can't be. I didn't put the image down exactly as is the pamphlet. So why is the blue badger dressed up in reverse? There's the other bit of logic. Took long enough. Okay, do you remember what you said earlier? What I said earlier about what? About how this building might as well have been a house of mirrors. A house of mirrors? Oh! That would explain the reversed or mirror image. Tesla's blue badger might be nothing more than a reflected image of a real one. Now, was the blue badger you saw just a reflection? I looked down this hall, I thought it was perfectly straight. However, there was a mirror. Didn't you recreate this from the building, from the blueprints of the hotel, of the house? How did you not see this the first time around? Oh, there was actually forming an L shape, right? Precisely. I was deceived. The hallway was almost pitch black, and there was a beam in the way that obstructed my view of the other hallway. Wait, but why build this place like that? It sounds pretty pointless to me. Okay, this house is just another attraction at an amusement park. They created a mural wall for a very specific purpose. I want to point out to you. This is the reason they built a mural wall.
Take that!
As is written in the pamphlet, the main draw of this attraction is the mystery of the disappearing badger. You mean they built the mirror for that trick alone? But you said you saw the badger, so it was definitely still there. That was true. At the time, however. Doing this allows someone to make the blue badger disappear in a flash. I'm going to dim the lamps. All they would have to do is dim the lamps. So that's how it's done. If it was really dark in here, then you wouldn't be able to see the badger anymore. Yeah. Wait, hold on. That's completely pointless. You wouldn't be able to see anything at all. Not even where you were going. It's not necessarily a bad thing. Well, it is, and negates the point of the attraction. I'd rather rethink this. I'm glad this one isn't like move the blue badger. All they would have to do is move the blue badger. But do you think someone could really do that? Well, it's rather expensive props, so perhaps it is impossible. Doesn't that kind of ruin the whole point of having the mirror in the first place? I got it wrong, suppose it does. Mr. Edgeworth, come on, you can do better than this. Alright, once more. Doing this allows someone to spin a flash. The one thing I didn't think of. To remove the reflected image, simply move the mirror. First, the mirror was constructed so that it could be moved. Then, beyond where the mirror was an empty hallway had to be created. Oh, so when they wanted people to see the blue badger, they would open the mirror. And when they wanted to hide it, they simply had to close it again. This explains why the other side of these fragments have a design on them. Ah, that explains the pattern is the same in the outer walls of this hallway. Then when the mirror is closed, it would blend in with the rest of the walls. This is the mirror trick that this haunted house employs. And this also proves the existence of a hiding place for the culprits. Huh? How so? Think about it, Kay. There was a place that was outside of my field of vision. The culprit kept out of sight by hiding here.
Take that!
I'm not sure how he kept out of sight by standing there. Are you kidding me? I have to start this whole thing over again because of that. Great. I was on a roll. I probably did the wrong side of the hallway, to be honest. At least let me go past it quickly.
Take that!
So the fragments of some of them, blah blah blah, kind of the same on the walls, this hallway. Then when the mirror would close, it would be blended in the rest of the hall walls, blah blah blah.
Take that!
Oh, I missed it. I overshot it. Let's try that again.
Take that!
There was a very large blind spot, one I could not see beyond, and it was here. My ceiling hid on the other side of the movable mirror.
Then you wouldn't be able to see him. He didn't even need to do anything to the Blue Badger doll.
Exactly. All he had to do was wait for me to be on the other side of the mirror.
Wait, hold on. I just thought of something.
Yes?
Well, shouldn't the mirror wall be broken right now? In reality?
Since we have a few shards of it, we can probably assume it is. Yes, most definitely is broken. Question is, when was it broken? When was it broken? Since we found these inside the victim's costume, that would mean that the victim was there when the mirror was broken. Wait, that sound. Leave money and go. Now. That sound I heard was most definitely the sound of a mirror breaking. Kay, I'd like you to input some new information.
Yeah, don't scare me like that.
Sorry, but I need you to recreate something for me.
Sure, what do you need?
So what do you need anyway? If you could first recreate this hallway just before I entered the dining room.
You got it.
Yeah. And... bam. Now this, I believe, is... Now this. I believe this is how it was right before I entered the dining room. Although at the time, I thought it was but a single straight hallway. And then, I went inside. It was around then I heard a sound of a mirror shattering. You heard what? Then... yes, I believe it was then that the mirror was broken. Okay, so then when you stepped outside into the hallway again, the mirror wall should no longer exist, Kay. Please recreate that.
Got it.
Wait, but with the mirror gone, the culprit lost its hiding spot. So where did he go in his Brother Badger suit, Mr. Edgeworth? That's easy enough. With the mirror gone, he simply hid himself in the branch hallway. Huh. I think this about wraps it up. Looks like we finally solved everything. No, not yet. An even larger contradiction has now reared its head. Huh? Perhaps you did not notice, but this recreation contains a very troubling inconsistency. See that? The inconsistency between what I saw and the recreation lies. No, don't load. So would this be the inconsistency?
Take that!
Here! Huh? Are you sure that contradicts what you saw? Apparently not. We are restarting.
Here!
Take that!
Kay took a good look at the end of the hall. Oh, there's no blue badger there. Exactly, the blue badger I saw in reality is not here. This is the final point of this logic of this log chain of logic. The last remaining contradiction. So let me get this straight. When you came out of the dining room, you saw a badger, right? And that's precisely where the final contradiction lies. Something that should exist was there before me. Who or what do you suppose it was? I believe this is the real identity of our mystery badger.
Take that!
The badger I saw was, in actuality, the dead victim's body.
Ah. What?
Agent Lang, the entirety of my complete logic is my final decisive piece of evidence. The murder happened in the hallway of the haunted house at the time of the drop-off, and you can consider the moment I heard the mirror breaking to be the real time of death for Mr. Deacon.
No!
Maybe it was due to the fighting, or perhaps it was the life-shattering bullet. But no matter what the cause was, the hallway mirror wall was broken.
Ha! You were in the house at that time, right? Are you telling me that you missed the sound of a gunshot?
There were a variety of sound effects playing at the time, all for theatrics, I assume. The gunshot must have blended right in.
Yeah!
Now then, I'd like you to recall something for me. Who was it that was with the victim of the haunted house?
Yeah!
Who was the one who had the opportunity to rob the victim of his gun and use it on him?
Yeah! It was you, Lance on Mono.
That's it.
Yeah!
I'm sorry. We got him. We've done it. It's been solved. That took a while. It's not like I had a choice. All of it turned on me all of a sudden. He snapped and turned violently right after I hung up with you. He shoved me right to the ground and straddled me. I fought back as hard as I could, grabbed his gun, and I shot him. Bullet must have went through his body and shattered the mirror. And if I hadn't taken his gun and shot him first, I would have been the one that found you. I would have been the one you found. He's a hardened criminal. He escaped from jail.
See, that was justified self-defense. My boy was only trying to protect himself.
That remains to be seen, and will have to be resolved in court. Agent Lang, I leave the rest to you.
As if you were the one charged around here.
Guys, arrest these two and get them out of my sight.
But wait, I had nothing to do with the murder. The only person you should be arresting is Lance. Dad!
His face just falls over immediately. Sorry, but you're not slipping away that easily, Mr. Ernest Amano. You tampered with the evidence so that you could cover for your son. What a great deal you are. What a great dad you are. Willing to risk it all. Truly touching. By the way, do you know why I'm really here?
How can I possibly know the answer to such an asinine question?
You ruined me. I came all this way from across the sea, just to see you, you know.
Came to see me?
What's that supposed to mean? I have a few things to ask you, Mr. Alvano, about a case from 10 years ago. A case from 10 years ago? Oh, what's the name you used here for that case?
Gina!
It's known as the KG-8 incident.
Huh.
The KG-8 incident? Oh, so you remember it. Good. Then you recall that the trigger in that case was the Almano Group scandal. Specifically, the charge of an internal smuggling ring. Smuggling. There's that word again. At the time, the person that was arrested as the ringleader was Mr. Almano's very own secretary, Mr. Colin Deveray. Huh, father. Even though you pushed the crime onto your then secretary, Mr. Deveray,
I always suspected that you were involved in the smuggling ring, Mr. Amano. Mr. Deborah was arrested and you played for you, which is why he broke out and hid him from the police, right? You hid him in exchange for his silence on your little dirty secret.
Now. Please calm down. I honestly have no idea what you're talking about.
Heh, tell me you can all you want. We're taking you down to the precinct anyway for a nice long chat.
I'm called to hold it.
What the? Who the heck was that?
Oh, just look at that! It's these guys. The guy that dies, and the guy we arrest later in the night.
I'll take him down to the precinct if you don't mind. And who the heck are you? I'm Jock Sportsman, and I'm the prosecutor in charge of this case.
Oh, Jocks, thank goodness you're here.
Don't jerk me around. This is an Interpol case, so keep your paws off my suspect. Sorry, but I can't comply. I got the back of the prosecutor's office. See, in this country, we prosecutors work with the police to bring cases to court. So if you could please cooperate with me here, that'd be great. Now, how about a handshake to seal the deal? Sorry, but I hate prosecutors. A whole lot of you.
Guys, arrest the 2 suspects.
Sir!
And they're off.
Oh, I almost forgot. Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth, is it? I'd like to thank you.
Thank me.
Yeah, for working so hard to fulfill my goal.
Huh?
Hey, is that any way to thank someone? And what the heck is that supposed to mean? You were so relentless with Lance that you forced Ernest to tamper with the evidence. Thanks to that, I finally had a legitimate reason to arrest him. How does it feel to fight the hand that feeds you?
The hand that feeds me. I'm not sure I follow.
Yeah, it's no use pretending with me. You're the one, right? You're the corrupt prosecutor that's working for Mr. Amon in the smuggling ring, right?
No, I would never do such a thing.
The heck? Our intel's never wrong. In your prosecutor's office, there's definitely someone working with the ring.
Thus, Agent Lang suspected my relation to Mr. Amano. There must be the real reason behind his antagonistic attitude.
On top of that, your mentor is Manfred Barkama, right? There were non-stop rumors flying around about the forged evidence with that guy. You're not twisting the truth behind those closed doors too, are you?
Courtroom is a place where the truth is revealed.
Well, don't worry. It's not only you. A whole lot of you can't be trusted. The prosecutor never lost in 40 years. Every defendant must be found guilty. Fueled by that kind of thinking, is it any wonder that courts produce nothing but falsities and lies?
It would seem that his disdain extends beyond just me. Prosecutors, the courts.
Why is this man so angry with us all? Rest assured, the next time we meet, I won't be so forgiving. Double up, so don't you forget it.
Please wait. Huh? Agent Sheena. Why does Agent Lang hate all prosecutors so? Lang is the head of the long-honored House of Lang in Shangfa. The heads of all the police-related divisions in that country were of Lang blood. Were. Remember that. Aren't they still? They were revered, but that was long ago. They don't hold that sort of sway anymore. And it was all because of the courts. How can that be? Our prosecutor once withheld and tampered with the evidence on one of the Lang detectives found. That evidence purity was tarnished, and the cost of Lang the family's honor and trust. But not all prosecutors are like that. Even so, Lang will never respect the court again, or any prosecutor. So Agent Lang is the man who hates all courts, and is unwilling to forgive prosecutors.
Man, what a piece of work that guy is. Come on, Jim, we better catch up.
Yeah.
We still got to deliver that thing to the old man, after all.
Detective Gumshoe, I believe it's time we wrapped up and headed out ourselves.
Yeah, you going home, Mr. Edgeworth?
No, I've done nothing but be entangled in one mess after another since my return. If it's alright with you, can you drop me off in my office?
No problem, sir.
Excuse me.
Yes?
What is it?
Thank you very much.
Ah, it's okay. No need to thank me, pal. Just doing my job as a detective.
I guess I was fooled pretty badly by Lance. Oh, cool. Fate. What is a woman to do when she's been hurt by the one she loves? Here's the thing, I never realized my father was right there. Never said anything to him. I knew it. I'm a failure. Ah, there she goes again, talking to herself. Miss Pops, I wonder if you know why your father participated in the kidnapping. No, I have no idea. Your father died while he was trying to stop Lance, which means that from the beginning he had no interest in the staged self-abduction. Wait, then why did he? I believe it was because of your presence, Miss Pops. Me? Lance realized that the two of you were related, which is why he used you as a hostage to coerce Mr. Deveray into cooperating. Father. As a felon, he could not tell you of his relation to you. However, as the Amano family butler, at the very least, he was able to watch over you. It was all he could do, but that was the shape of his overflowing love for you. Go on, speak your mind. That is... Thank you very much. You're welcome. Although there is no need to thank me. No, Lawrence, stop. I mean, this man's so much older than you. Oh, man. Looks like you could please blow her away, Mr. Edgeworth.
Way to go, sir.
Your technique is way beyond the level of a great thief. What are you going on about now? Wow, your deducing skills may be sound, but you have no street smarts.
That's Mr. Edgeworth for you.
Yeah, I mean, he still hasn't figured out who I am at all. Huh? If you haven't remembered in all this time, I guess I'm just gonna have to say it. This isn't the first time we met, you know.
What do you mean, pal? Mr. Edgeworth? How do you know this girl?
Looks like you totally forgot me too, Gummy.
Gummy?
Here, maybe this will jog your memories. I promised I'd return this to you one day, remember? That single piece of cloth took me back far into my past. To that fateful day 7 years ago, when I first met the then child Kay. And Detective Gumshoe. That's it. That's it for the case. We have case 4 is up next. That'll be next on live though. Probably tomorrow. The Kidnap Turnabout. I did. I had to reset that haunted house so many times. That was ridiculous. So this is what's next. Turnabout Reminiscence. So that'll be for next time. So interesting case so far. Probably got a little stale at the end there with the haunted house and everything, but I think it was all right. It was fine. So case 4 is up next, and that's gonna take us 7 more years into the past. We're already technically in the past before because we went back 2 days for a Turnabout Airlines, and then we're now here for the Kidnap Turnabout. So yeah. All right. So then I'll leave here for today. Hope you all enjoyed it. You want to see tomorrow's stream? Then be sure to follow and turn notifications on so you know when the stream's running. And I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.